Alrighty, and we are live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of Betty in the Booth podcast. Just gonna get everything set up, and we'll be ready to go. Hope everyone's day's going well, week's going well. Got a lot to talk about on this week's episode of the podcast. Though I was hoping not to, we're gonna have another Browns rant, sadly. But we have to get to just get everything finished, set up, and we'll be in. See. Okay. Just in case. All right, let's set up. Let's set up. Okay. All right, everybody, what's up, and welcome to this week's episode of Benny in the Booth podcast. We've got a whole bunch to talk about, including, sadly, another Browns rant, and this one's not even on the team directly, it's on their social media accounts. But before that, because I have not done this today at all, I'm going to do today's Immaculate Grid. I've already done the batters up in strike zone, so I'm not going to do that over again. And they're on break on the Immaculate Draft, so I'm just going to be doing Immaculate Grid today. The rows up above is Nationals, Pirates, and 30-plus homer season batting. That had to have happened with that team. Can't be that it's player that's done it, but not with that team. And going down is A's, Reds, and 300-plus homer season. Okay, so Nationals, A's. Adam Dunn, I know, sneakily played for the A's at like the end of his career. 2%, I will take that. A's and Pirates, I could go Starling Marte. That's an option. I feel like that's gonna be pretty obvious. Dave Parker actually played for both. 17%. I imagine it could be he might be higher. I don't know. I'll take it. Could be worse. Reds Nationals closer for the 2012 and 14 Nationals. Drew Storen, who also played for the Reds, 0.7. I'll take that. And then Reds Pirates. I could also have used Dave Parker here, but I'm not. Edinson Volquez fits here. Who else fits Pirates and Reds? Tony Watson didn't sneak in the year with the Reds, did he? No. Reds, Pirates. Cueto also played for both. Or Cueto, I don't know if Cueto. I think Cueto played for both. Santana did not play for has not played for the Reds. Only person that's coming to mind right now is Ensign Volquez. Sonny Gray, no. Bauer, no. Castillo, no. Rysel, no. Lucas Sims? I don't think so. But, I don't know. Fudge it. No. Uh, John Franco somehow sneak a year. No, Dibble didn't because he was White Sox and Brewers. No. Larkin, no. Oh, O'Neill, no. You may somehow sneak a year with Pittsburgh? No. That also just gave me an idea for a different spot. No, that isn't gonna work out. No one else is coming to mind, so I'm just gonna put in Ensign Volquez. Unless Cuello did also. Did Johnny Cuello also? No, Cuello didn't. I'm gonna put in Ensign Volquez. I'm expecting it to be a high answer, but no one else is coming to mind at the moment that I would want to use. A lot lower than I thought. Only 3%. I will take that. I mean, then again, he was only there for like half a year, but still is expecting pretty a higher number. A's 30 plus home run season. I believe Jimmy Fox from like the 1920s and 30s had one. Make sure, but I'm pretty sure he fits that. Yes, indeed. 5%. I will take that. Reds 30 plus homer season. I don't think Larkin ever reached the number. Paul O'Neill. That'd be a fun, probably sneaky answer. No, the closest in his career he ever got was 28. Oddly enough, the year after he won the World Series in 2021, 1991. I almost said 2021. 1991, not 2021. That is a bad botchery. Anyways, somehow Zach Cozart hit that milestone. No. Got close, but no. Um, by the way, if anyone pops in and has any answer ideas, let me know. Reds 30 plus homer season. I have like a random answer and I don't think it's gonna work, but I'm interested to try it. Actually, Fritz. A random player that I only know because like part of the ballpark in Cincinnati is like named after him, like a street or something like that. Ted Kluszewski, who had like a bunch of 30 plus homer seasons in like the 450s for the Reds. 300 plus homers in career and a 30 plus homer season. I'm just gonna go Cubs fan and me happy. Ernie Banks, 0.6%. I will take that. So now 300 plus career homers for Pirates and Nationals. Dondre Dawson sneak into the 300 homer club. Yes. Give me an excuse to use a Cub. I will use a Cub. Andre Dawson, 18%. A lot higher than I thought, but okay. Pirates, Ramos Ramirez. I know he played for like a long time. Yes, actually. Ramos Ramirez, 3%. Total rarity score, 55%. Oddly enough, oh no, wait, no. Top answer, but not where I put him. Dave Parker was the top answer, not where I put him. And that's it. But either way, the top answers for the grid, today's grid. A's Nationals is Sean Doolittle at 21%. Reds Nationals is Adam Dunn at 21%. I put him for Nationals A's. And National 300 plus homers career at 23% is Vlad Sr. Pirates 300 plus career homers at 29% is Willie Papastargil. Reds Pirates is Aroldis Chapman at 30%. Pirates A's is Dave Parker at 17%. Mark McGwire for A's 30 plus homer season at 17%. Joey Votto 18% for Reds 30 plus homer season and 30 plus homer season plus 300 plus career homers is Barry Bonds at 5%. Oh no, wait, I did Dave Parker in the spot where he was the top answer. But I got all 9 spots filled and got a 55 rarity score. I will definitely take that as a pretty good day for my own liking. Anyways, though, that's it for Immaculate Grid. And now let's get into this week's episode. So I'm gonna save football for last because I want to save the rant for last. Being I'm going to be all fumes in that rant. I will say it's a social media video, but because I don't want to try to get copyright claimed or copyright struck by my own favorite team, aside from being a football team and it could affect my channel, I'm not going to show you the video, but I have put the YouTube video link in the description to go check it out. Just check it out for how bad it is, for how disgraceful it is. It's also on TikTok, so if you don't have YouTube but you have TikTok, it is on TikTok as well. It is not on Instagram or Facebook, though, so if you would have access to YouTube or TikTok, it's on the YouTube or TikTok accounts. The thumbnail of the short is like a gator dancing in Jaguars Stadium. Not literally, but figuratively. But yeah, it is just, I'll get to it later. But we're going to start with college football. Not that many notes this week, but I've got some notes to go over. Georgia barely surviving a game against Kentucky this week, 13-12 at Kentucky. Once again, the story of their seasons. Barely skating by certain opponents, but will still end up having a heck of a year. Texas won 56-7, which you're probably like, wait, why are you bringing up a blowout? Which, here's the thing. Quinn Ewers got hurt during the game. I don't know his status for this week. And Arch Manning came in and immediately made an impression, throwing a touchdown and then running it in for a touchdown back-to-back drives. And big fact from this game, in the last 25 years, only one FBS or NFL QB had a 75-yard touchdown pass, a 65-yard rushing touchdown, and another 50-plus yard touchdown pass, all in the same game. And that one is Archie Manning from this game taking over for injured Quinn Ewers, and did so in 15 minutes and 10 seconds. It's just crazy, and sign that Texas has got something in their backup QB. Now, while I'm at it here, which Texas has a big game this week, let's see if I can find out an update on Quinn Ewers. See. Is an oblique strain. especially in a bleak strain. I did not see the injury play, by the way, just so you guys know. Let's see if I can find anything towards his status this week. No. I guess we'll have to see if Texas ends up playing him or not. But yeah, definitely something to keep an eye out for, whether it'll be him or Arch Manning. Mizzou beat Boston College for 27-20, I believe it was. Hold on. I, for some reason, did not include Boston College's score, which I might have just included. No, yeah. 27-21 in a crazy back and forth game. The college game day game of the week was number 16 LSU out South Carolina, and LSU barely escaped with a win 36-33. While we're at it, I mean, if I had to guess, it's probably like the Michigan game. That would be the game this week for college game day. Well, let's see. Let's see if they've said anything of where college game day is going this week. Oh no, they're going to the Oklahoma game this week. Interesting. And I'll get into that momentarily. Well, that is a big game though to highlight. So fair enough. But yeah, the Michigan and Oklahoma games are big games this week, and like big games to look out for. But anyways, sorry about that. Nebraska beat Northern Iowa 34-3. Dylan Raiola is the third FBS true freshman in the last 15 years to complete 70% of his passes in each of his team's first. I imagine probably isn't 2 games, probably like 3 games. I just wrote 2 for some reason. Minimum of 10 attempts. Joining Baker Mayfield in 2013, Marcus Mariota, who did it 3 times, and John O'Corn in 2013. Florida lost again, this time to Memphis 20-12. I mean, at this point, it feels like they might not ever win a game. And then Colorado against Colorado State. Felt like maybe this would be the year Colorado falls. It's Colorado State. Absolutely not. Colorado shredded Colorado State at Colorado State, making up for all the bickering the Colorado State QB was making before this game to Colorado about Instagram likes and all that stuff. 28-9. Travis Hunter recorded 10 plus receptions in a defensive interception for the second time in his FBS career. All other FBS players have combined for one such game since Kevin Lockett in 1996. Yep. And as the week 3 recap, week 4 preview, big games to highlight. Number 24, Illinois, number 22, Nebraska. This on Friday night, 8 p.m. on Fox. Number 11, USC, and number 18, Michigan. This Saturday, 3:30 on CBS. And that's probably has to do with why it's not the college game day game, being it's on CBS and not like ESPN or ABC. Number 12, Utah. Number 14, Oklahoma State. Saturday, 4 p.m. on Fox. And the college game day game of the week. Number 6, Tennessee. And number 15, Oklahoma. 7:30 on ABC. That is where college game day is going. Oklahoma, Tennessee, which is Oklahoma's first SEC matchup this year. And Michigan's getting and USC is getting, I think, what would be their first Big Ten matchup this year, if not one of their first. But either way, before we get to NFL and having that rant, let's not do MLB first and just save this rant for last. So, MLB Weekly Recap, going back to September 10th, Tigers beat the Rockies 11-0. Cater Montero's complete game shutout on 96 pitches, which is Maddox, is the first Tigers Maddox since David Price on June 12th, 2015, which he did on 93 pitches, which was before the year of the deadline he got traded. But this would have been before the trade. At 24 years and 66 days old, Cater Montero is the third youngest Tigers pitcher with a shutout in the last 20 seasons, older than only Justin Verlander, 23 years, 91 days, on May 22nd, 2006, and Michael Fulmer, 24 years old, 152 days, on August 14th, 2016. Phillies beat the Rays 9-4. Schwarber's leadoff homer is his 14th this season, which is most of the season in MLB history, passing 2003 Alfonso Soriano's 13. Pirates beat the Marlins 6-4. Andrew McCutcheon's 3-run homer in the fifth marks 20 homers this season for him, which is his eighth 20 homer season with the Pirates, which is second most in Pirates history, ahead of Ralph Kiner's 7 and behind Willie Stargell's 15. Padres beat the Mariners 7-3. Manny Machado's 2-run homer in the sixth is his 164th homer with the Padres, passing Nate Colbert for most in Padres history, joining Mike Trout and Giancarlo Stanton as the only active players who are a franchise all-time home runs leader. Stanton with the Marlins, Trout, of course, with the Angels. From 9/11, September 11th, obviously not September 11th, 2001, referring to this year, 2024, but always rough to bring up the date. Dodgers beat the Cubs 10-8. Dodgers 4-homer inning is is tied for most in an inning in Brooklyn/LA Dodgers history, tied with June 11th, 2024, 6th inning, September 29th, 2021, 8th inning, September 5th, 2016, 5th inning, August 22nd, 2016, 5th inning, September 18th, 2006, 9th inning, and August 8th, 2004 inning. I believe that 9th inning in 2006 was actually like back-to-back home runs to win it or something like that. It's on YouTube, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mixing up the games. Ohtani now has 12 games this season with a homer and a stolen base, which is tied for second most since 1900, tied with Ronald Acuna Jr. last year and 1973 Bobby Bonds, and behind 1986 Ricky Henderson 13 and 1973 Pirates beating the Marlins 3-1. First time Miami goes 0-7 versus a team or more games since 2011 versus the Pirates and also versus the Brewers. Mets beat the Blue Jays 6-2. Bowman Francis' 8 no-hit innings just end on game-time Francisco Lindor homer makes him the first pitcher since 1989 Nolan Ryan with 2 no-hit bids lost in the 9th inning in his season. He's also 6th pitcher with 3 no-hit bids of 5+ innings in a 4-start span since 1961, joining 2015 Max Scherzer, 1976 Doyle Alexander, 1974 Roger Nelson, 1972 Nolan Ryan, 1968 Sonny Syberg. Lindor is the 4th player to break up a no-hitter with a homer in the 9th inning earlier this season, joining JD Martinez on May 11th, Corey Seager on August 6th, and Taylor Ward on August 24th, which is the first time it's happened 4 times in the season. Francis is the only pitcher with multiple no-hit bids of 8+ innings within his first 11 career starts in MLB since 1961. He is also the 4th pitcher with 2 no-hit bids lost in the 9th in a season, joining 1989 Nolan Ryan, 1988 Dave Steve, 1986 and 1906 Joe Ed Walsh. Mets 6 runs are most in 9th inning runs scored by a team who didn't have any hits through the first 8 innings of a game since 1961, passing 5 by the A's on July 15th, 1974 at the Baltimore Orioles. Mets have 5 wins after being no-hit through 8 innings in Mets hit this season, which is most such wins for any team. In Mets history, which most such wins for any team since 1961. Diamondbacks beat the Rangers 14-4. Their 13 extra base hits is tied for most in a game in Diamondbacks history. First, September 12th, Astros beat the A's 6-3. Lawrence Butler now has 20-game hit streak, which is 4th longest in A's history, behind 1997 Jason Giambi's 25, 2002 Miguel Tejada, and 1984 Courtney Lansford 24, and 2003 Eric Burns' 22. I believe that that the streak ended the next day, if I'm mistaken. Not mistaken. Yep. Streak ended the next day, so it ended at 20. Rangers beat the Mariners 5-4. Kumar Rocker's Major League debut had 13 swings and misses on his slider, which is tied for third most whiffs on a single pitch in a pitcher's Major League debut since 2008, tied with May 8th, 2022, George Kirby's 4-seam fastball, and behind May 13th, 2018, Freddie Peralta's 18 whiffs on a 4-seam fastball, and May 30th, 2013, Alex Colome 14 whiffs on his changeup. The Giants beat the Brewers. The Giants lost the Brewers, 3-0. Jackson Churrio's 2-run homer in the 8th is his 20th homer this season, which makes him, at 20 years old, the first player in Major League history with 20-plus homers and 20-plus stolen bases in a season 20 years old or younger. On September 13th, Tigers beat the Orioles 1-0. Gunnar Henderson's 2-out triple in the ninth ended a no-hit bid, which is second no-hit bid ended on record, broken on a triple in ninth with 2 outs, joining September 25th, 1995, Bernard Gilkey off Frank Castillo. Yankees beat the Red Sox 5-4. Aaron Judge's go-ahead grand slam homer in the 7th inning is his first homer in 16 games, aka what some people are calling the Paw Patrol curse, because right after a homer back in August, he appeared on an episode of Paw Patrol, or I guess a spinoff of theirs, and then went 16 games without a homer following that. Kind of suspicious. Not kind of, really suspicious. Either way, Mariners beat the Rangers 5-4 with 3-run homer in the 8th. J-Rod now is one of 2 players in Major League Baseball history with 75-plus homers and 75-plus stolen bases in his first 3 seasons of career, along with Bobby Witt Jr. And Padres beat the Giants 5-0. Donovan Walton strikeout looking in third is Cease's 1,000th career strikeout, making him 4th starting pitcher in history to reach 1,000 strikeouts in fewer than 850 innings pitched, joining Robbie Ray's in 810, Yu Darvish in 812, and Blake Snell in 820 2/3. Also, general from this day, there have been 3 no-hit bids broken up with 2 outs in the ninth this year, with 2013, 1990, and 1975 for second most in a season on record, behind only 4 in 1988. For September 14th, Red Sox beat the Yankees 7-1. Rafael Devers is the 5th. Oh, wait, sorry. Butler's streak did not end that day. I realized. Rafael Devers is the 5th Red Sox player to be intentionally walked with bases empty in the last 100 years, joining Manny Ramirez 2 times, Ted Williams, Carl Yastrzemski, and Big Papi David Ortiz. A's lost to the White Sox 7-6. Lawrence Butler's 22-game hit streak is tied for 3rd longest hit streak in A's history. This is where the streak ended, is the end of the next day. Tied with 2003 Eric Burns, and behind 1997 Jason Giambi 25, and 2002 Miguel Tejada, and 1984 Carney Lansford 24. That is it for September 14th. For September 15th, Nationals beat the Marlins 4-3. James Wood 2-homer game makes him 5th Nationals Montreal Expos player in history with a multi-homer game before turning 22 years old, joining Juan Soto 7, Bryce Harper 5, Luis Garcia Jr., and Gary Carter. Yankees beat the Red Sox 5-2. Aaron Judge becomes 4th Yankee to record 132-plus RBIs in the season since 1962, joining Don Mattingly's 145 in 1985, Tino Martinez's 141 in 1997, and A-Rod's 156 in 2007. Padres beat the Giants 4-3 in the 10 innings. Julio Ramos' game-tying solo home run into McGovey Cove is the first right-handed batter to ever homer into McGovey Cove. And the Dodgers beat the Braves 9-2. Teoscar Hernandez 3-run homer, Tommy Edman solo home run, and Max Muncy solo home run was back-to-back, making the Dodgers having done that 3 times this season, tying with 1982 Brewers, who went on to make the World Series that year but lost for most times doing so in a season. And as for yesterday's games, Brewers beat the Phillies 6-2. Colin Ray getting the save makes him the 12th Brewers pitcher to get a save in a game this season, which is most in Brewers history, passing 10 in 1973, and matches the Dodgers for second most in MLB history, behind the 2021 Rays 14. Cardinals beat the Pirates 4-0. Paul Skeens' 2.07 ERA through first 21 career starts is second lowest ERA in first 21 career starts since 1913, behind 1973-74 Steve Rogers' 1.95. Also, his 158 strikeouts His fifth most strikeouts in the first 21 career appearances since 1901 behind 1995 Hideo Nomo's 188, 1998 Gary Wood's 185, 2002 to 2003 Mark Pryor's 166, and 1984 Dwight Gooden's 158. Rockies beat the Diamondbacks 3-2. Corbin Carroll's leadoff triple in the first. One moment. Makes him now having 14 triples on the season, which is tied for most in a season in Diamondbacks history with 2000 and Tony Womack. And Padres beat the Astros 3-1. Luis Arias striking out swinging in the second, ends his streak of 141 consecutive plate appearances without striking out, which is tied for fifth longest streak in the last 40 seasons and longest in the last 20 seasons behind 1995 Tony Gwynn's 170, 1987 Ken Oberkfell 157, 2004 Juan Pierre 147, 2001 Pierre 143, and tied with 1995 to 96 Tony Gwynn. Latest home run in the fourth, Jackson Merrill has 24 homers and 86 RBIs this season, which is tied for third most homers in the first career Major League season. Primary center fielder, minimum 50% of games played in center field, tied with 1940 Wally Judnich and 1929 Johnny Frederick, and behind 1963 Jimmy Hall 33 and 2022-23 Julio Rodriguez 28. That is it for the notes part of this week's episode. Now we're going to dive into standings, which, by the way, I'm going to start to include magic number for clinching division and clinching wildcard and eliminated from playoffs or eliminated from the division race, meaning I will also only be covering teams that are still remain in the division race by the magic number. So, for the AL East, Red Sox, Rays, and Blue Jays are all out. Yankees are still in first place at 87-63. Their magic number to clinching the division, not including tonight's events, as there have been games that have already started. Well, all the games will have started at this point, is 10. Followed by the Orioles in second place, 84-66, 3 games back, and their magic number being out of the division race is 10. In the AL Central, the White Sox are the only team eliminated from the division race. Guardians in first place at 87-64 with their magic number to winning the division 7, followed by the Royals at 82-69, 4 games back with their magic number to eliminate from the division race being 7, followed by the Twins 79-71, 7.5 games back, 4 is the magic number to them being out of the division race, and then followed by the Tigers at 78-73, 9 games back, 2 magic number being 2 being out of the division race. And in the AL West, Astros in first place at 81-69. 9 is the magic number to clinching the division, followed by 77-73 Mariners, 4.5 back, 9 being eliminated from the division race, followed by the 71-79 Rangers, more than 10 games back, but they do have 2, but their magic number is 2 to being out of the division race. In the NL East, the Phillies in first place at 98-60, magic number being 5 to win the division, followed by the 82-68 Mets, 8 games back, 5 to being out of the division race, followed by the 81-69 Braves, 9 games back, 4 to being out of the division race. In the NL Central, the Brewers in first place at 87-63, which with a win and a Brewers or Cardinals loss, the Brewers, I think it would have to be just Cubs losing, not Cardinals. I don't think Cardinals are a factor, but a Brewers win and a Cardinals loss, or Cubs loss, and the Brewers clinch the NL Central tonight. All the other teams, Cubs in second at 77-73, magic numbers being out of the division race 2. Cardinals is 75-75, magic number to being out of the division race is also 2, which Cubs, by the way, at the moment are losing. And we'll dive into scores to the scoring update for today's games in a moment. And then the NL West, the Dodgers in first place at 89-61. 9 is their magic number to clinching the division, followed by 85-65 Padres, 4 games back, followed by 83-67 Diamondbacks, 6 games back, and 6 being the magic number to being out of the division race. And then for the wild card standings, Orioles in first place, up 5 games. Their magic number to clinching playoff spot is 6, followed by the Royals, 2.5 up. 8 is their magic number to clinching a playoff spot, and followed by the Twins, who are no games up. 11 is their magic number to be clinching a playoff spot. Tigers are the first one out, and 1.5 games back. 11 to being eliminated is the magic number. Mariners are in 5th, 2 games back, with 10 being the magic number for them being eliminated. Followed by the Red Sox, 4 games back, 8 is the magic number to being eliminated. Followed by the Rays, 6 games back, 6 is the magic number to them being eliminated. Followed by the Blue Jays. 7 games back, 5 to being eliminated out of the wild card, the playoffs, / wild card race, and followed by the Rangers, 8 games back, 22 to 4 to being eliminated from the playoffs. And then the National League, the Padres in first place, 3 games up, 7 is their magic number to clinch a playoff spot, followed by the Arizona Diamondbacks, second, 1 game up, 10 is their magic number to clinch a playoff spot, followed by the Mets in third, no games up, 11 is their magic number to clinch a playoff spot. Braves also have 11, but it's the magic number being eliminated. They're 1 game back, followed by the Cubs, 5 games back, 6 is the magic number to being eliminated from the playoffs. Followed by the Cardinals, 7 games back, 5 is their magic number to being eliminated from the playoffs. Followed by the Reds, 9.5 back, 2 games from being eliminated from the playoffs. And as for today's schedule, or today's games are currently going on or have gone final. A few games have gone final. Most are still going at the moment. As for the games that have gone final, Giants beat the Orioles 10-0. Twins beat the Guardians 4-1. Reds beat the Braves 6-5. Marlins beat the Dodgers 11-9, and Rays beat the Red Sox 8-3. As for the games currently going on, the A's lead the Cubs 4-2, bottom of the 7th with 1 out, nobody on. Nationals are being hammered by the Mets 10-1 with nobody on in the top of the 9th inning. That game is in New York. Rays and Royals and Tigers are tied at 1, heading into the bottom of the 8th. Cardinals are beating the Pirates 2-1, heading to the bottom of the 8th. Phillies are leading the Brewers 4-1 with nobody on, 1 out in the bottom of the 7th in Milwaukee, so Milwaukee might not be able to clinch the division tonight. Might have to wait another day. Rangers are leading the Blue Jays 7-3, top 5. Diamondbacks are losing to the Rockies 3-1, bottom 4. White Sox and Angels is scoreless, bottom 1. Padres and Astros are scoreless, top 1, and Yankees are up over the Mariners 2-0 in the top of the first with the runner at second, 1 out for Jazz Chisholm. That's it for the baseball part of this week's recap. So now to NFL, and I'm going to go through the notes with the scores, standings, and then predictions for Week 3, and then I'll get to the rant. So, NFL Week 2 recap. Bills beat the Dolphins 3-10. All wishes out to Tua as he got hurt in this game with another concussion and is going on IR. So he'll be out for at least 4 games. Which, by the way, now the Bills have won 4 or 5 straight against Dolphins, which is just hilarious at this point. Basically the Bills / Josh Allen are the Dolphins' daddies at this point. Either way, including playoffs, Josh Allen has thrown for multiple touchdowns in all of his 13 career games versus the Dolphins. No other QB in NFL history has gone more than 10 consecutive games against a single opponent with 2+ touchdown passes, 2+ passing touchdowns at any point in his career. Saints hammered the Cowboys 44-19. It's the 1086th unique final score in NFL history, 44-19. Jets beat the Titans 24-17. First win with the Jets for Aaron Rodgers. Braylon Allen is the youngest NFL player to score a scrimmage touchdown since Arnie Herber in 1930 at the exact same age of 20 years and 239 days old. Cardinals beat the Rams 41-10. The first time the Arizona Cardinals have won at home versus the Rams since September 9th, 2014, back when they were still in St. Louis, right before they moved out of St. Louis. Texans beat the Bears 19-13. Kaimi Fairbairns made 3 50-plus-yard field goals in both games this season. No other kicker in NFL history has done that 2 times in his career. And then the final game note, but there's also a general note this week. The Falcons came back to beat the Eagles 22-21 after down 21 to, I think it was 21-17 or something like that. Well, I'm stupid sometimes. Yeah, 15. which they had just a 0.7% chance of winning with 156 left in the fourth quarter, which is the seventh most improbable comeback win in the next-gen stats era since 2016. Also on the game-winning drive, Kirk Cousins completed 80% of his passes, threw for 70-plus yards, threw for the winning touchdown. No other QB in the last 3 seasons has done that on a drive that began in the last 2 minutes on the road with his team needing a touchdown to erase a deficit. And a general stat, rookies have thrown for a combined 196 passes in the NFL so far this season without a single touchdown between Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, and Jalen Daniels. That which is the most consecutive pass attempts by rookies without a touchdown pass to begin a season in NFL history. And that's the week 2 recap. My Browns, by the way, won 18-13. I posted a immediate reaction, by the way, so if you haven't checked that out, check it out on via my YouTube shorts. This week's predictions went awful. I went 7-9. My total predictions record this season, though, is still over 500. I'm 19-13. Standings from this week. In the AFC East, Bills in first place at 2-0, followed by everyone else of the Jets, Patriots, Jets, and Dolphins at 1-1 in that order. In the AFC North, Steelers in first place at 2-0, followed by the 1-1 Browns, followed by the 0-2 Ravens and Bengals in that order. In the AFC South, the Texans in first place at 2-0, followed by the 0-2 Colts, Jaguars, and Titans. In the AFC West, the Chargers and Chiefs both 2-0. The Raiders are 1-1, and the Broncos are 0-2. In the NFC East, the Commanders are in first place at 1-1, though Philly and Dallas are also 1-1, followed by the 0-2 Giants. In the NFC North, the Vikings at 2-0, followed by the 1-1 Lions, Bears, and Packers. In the NFC South, the Saints and Buccaneers are both 2-0, followed by the 1-1 Falcons, followed by the 0-2 Panthers. And in the NFC West, the Seahawks are 2-0, followed by the 1-1 Cardinals and 49ers, followed by the 0-2 Rams. Week 3 predictions, and then I'll get into this rant. Thursday Night Football, Patriots and Jets. This is probably not going to be much of anything. I'm picking the Jets. Sunday, Giants and Browns, 1 p.m. on Fox. I have the Browns winning this game. They should be able to win this game, and hopefully they do, even with the whole rant that I'm about to go on. Packers and Titans, 1 p.m. on Fox. I have the Packers. Bears at Colts, 1 p.m. on CBS. I have the Bears. Texans at Vikings, 1 p.m. on CBS. I have the Texans. Eagles at Saints, 1 p.m. on Fox. I have the Saints. Chargers at Steelers at 1 p.m. on CBS. I have the Chargers. Broncos at Buccaneers, 1 p.m. on Fox. I have the Buccaneers. Panthers at Raiders, 4:05 on CBS. I have the Raiders. Dolphins at Seahawks, 4:05 on CBS. I have the Seahawks. Ravens at Cowboys, 4:25 on Fox. I have the Ravens. 49ers at Rams, 4:25 on Fox. I have the 49ers. Lions at Cardinals, 4:25 on Fox. I have the Lions. Chiefs at Falcons, Sunday Night Football, 8:20 on NBC. I have the Chiefs. And Monday night, there's going to be 2 games for Monday Night Football. The first one, Jaguars at Bills, 7:30 on ESPN. I have the Bills. And the second one being Commanders at Bengals, 7:30 for the first one, 8:15 for the second one. I have the Bengals. That is predictions. So let's get into this stupid wackadoodle rant. So Browns won this week, 18-13. And so here's the thing. Whether you're a fan or your team itself or the team itself, social media accounts, if you want to gloat about the win, that's fine. I don't got a problem. But you gotta know when to hold off. And again, I'm not gonna show this to you because I don't want to run into potential copyright issues. It could be I could show it without getting copyright claimed, but I don't want to take the risk, being it's my own favorite team. But the Browns went overboard on their own social media accounts on the win. I'm just posting random memes, somehow connecting it to the Browns and the Jags. And the worst meme of them all was they made a meme of taking Trevor Lawrence and making him bald, including the SpongeBob bald eyes on fire meme. And I'm just like, what in the world? Like, I get it. It's one thing if this was a Browns fan social media account doing this. That's fine. I wouldn't be ranting. But when this is the Browns account themselves, that is not normal. That is egregious. You cannot be doing that representing the franchise itself. That is a disgrace to the Browns. That is a disgrace to and that is a disgrace to the NFL. We're lucky that unless we get to the playoffs and the Jaguars get to the playoffs, that we don't play the Jaguars again in this season. But then again, teams that are 0-2 don't tend to make the playoffs. But I mean, that's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous how far they went. If you get a chance, make sure to check out the YouTube short or on TikTok. It's on TikTok as well. Link in the description. But it was just ridiculous, and I was just furious. And I had a rant about this. I didn't want to have a rant this week, but the Browns social media account decided to make me want to rant this week. So congratulations to them. It got that out of me. Either way, that's it for this week's episode. Thank you so much for watching and listening. If you are new on YouTube, leave a like, hit subscribe, and leave a notification bell to notify when I go live and or post a new video. If you're new on audio, follow the podcast, leave a review, hit the notification bell to notify when I go post on there. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I will see you in next week's episode 140. Bye.